Hey, Jackie, it's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it feels like it's been months.
I know. And it's only been like 3 weeks, but...
My hair morphed into a different color. It's been so stressed out.
Yes. And don't take this the wrong way, but it's the second you answered Skype, I wanted to say, hey, Kool-Aid.
Rude! Rude! I love the red. The red is my favorite.
I know, I love it. That's why I said don't take this the wrong way. I mean that with love and kindness.
I love Kool-Aid, too. I wish I could have some Kool-Aid.
I did, too. Remember the Kool-Aid man when you bust through the door?
Yeah.
Or bust through the wall?
You don't have Kool-Aid commercials anymore. I never see them.
No. Anyway. But yeah, it just reminds me of my favorite type of Kool-Aid. That's all.
Yeah. I had to match you with the red hair.
And if you remember right, the lack of red hair. If you remember right, I voted for red, too. When you posted on Facebook about your hair.
A lot of people did. I was really shocked. So I felt like, all right, I'm going to go red. So it had yellow tips, but I didn't have my color sealer when I dyed it. So the red, it's like red, orange, and then yellow.
Oh, will it like drain down?
Yeah, it drained down. So
I didn't know that.
I usually use this good sealer, but I ordered it and I was like, I'll just dye it. It won't be that bad.
So
and
wait, you have to seal hair?
Well, I do. So like a lot of people don't know this, and like I don't like when I like to touch my hair, and I don't want my pillowcase to be completely red. I don't want my towels to be completely red. I don't want my bathtub red, and so I use a sealer like once a week, and immediately after the first time too. And all it does is kind of like create this stuff that closes. It's like seals the cuticle off.
Yeah, I had no idea that there was hair sealer.
Yeah, it's if you're somebody that like sweats when if you're like, oh, I hate dyeing my hair a fancy color because when I sweat it's like purple and whatnot. Get a color sealer.
I never even thought about it before. I had no idea that would happen. But it makes sense.
It happened to me when I had purple hair, and then I started researching. And I was like, this is not my life. Like I can't have this.
Speaking of sealer in hair, that reminds me of just a little something. So many years ago, before cosplay even existed for our family. My daughters, for Halloween, they did, you remember Calvin and Hobbes? Like one of the all-time greatest comic cartoons or written comics ever made. They did Calvin and Hobbes for Halloween, right? Oh, and Calvin's this cute little boy, and he has this spiky hair, right? Well, it was up to me to figure out how to make this wig look like Calvin's hair.
You did the wig styling. That's awesome.
I did. And you know how I styled it?
No.
So I used you having camera problems there?
Yeah. Well, it's just because I leaned for it. It'll focus. There we go.
Stop moving. So I styled it with like some hair gel. Yeah. And it wouldn't like stay, right? It would keep falling. So I styled it again, and then I sprayed it with shellac.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Dude,
so there you go.
That's so funny. I just styled a wig too, so like I understand how hard it is to get
so
to stay.
Anyway, that was and I just sprayed it with shellac, and it, because shellac will like seal anything. It doesn't.
Heck yeah, sorry.
I mean, you can take like a pancake and shellac it, and it'll.
And then like you could eat it and not die.
Well, no, you wouldn't eat it, but you preserve.
You can eat shellac. It's they coat candy in it.
Really?
No joke.
I am learning so many things today.
Dude, I straight up Googled it and just Googling things about shellac. And I was like, dude, what? I can't believe they coat candy in that. I mean, obviously it's you can't eat, the propellus and stuff, but just pure shellac.
Pure shellac. Well, it is a natural resin, so.
Yeah, that's gross. It's a bug secretion.
Yeah.
It's freaky.
That's the other thing is it comes from bugs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all my stuff has bugs in it anyway because bugs are so bad here. Liz and Sean, my friend Liz Brickley that we had on the show, and her husband Sean are coming to the Outer Banks to stay for my brother's wedding in a month. Woohoo! And when I've lived in California with them, there's no bugs like at all. They are going to have a field day with the bugs. I mean, it's insane the bugs that we have here because we're on a marsh. I mean, you could see the marsh, and it's just crazy. There's so many types of bugs all the time. Gnats and beetles and, just everything really. I mean, there are roaches and water bugs, but I think we've got those like pretty much under control. You always will get some, like even walking the docks downtown, you'll see a water bug and it's unavoidable. But the gnats you can't control. Can't stop the gnats. They're everywhere.
Does your local area, do they have like insect control, pest control where they go and spray and all that?
Yeah, and we pay for extra different kinds of stuff here for the inn, but they have like routes that go by and spray for mosquitoes because if you didn't, oh my gosh, they swarm you. Like when you go out to when I was younger, we'd take the boat out and like go to these little islands that are just like sand islands with some forest on them or whatever. Forest. I like how I said that word. And as soon as you step off the boat, it's just you get swarmed. So we'd always put like dryer sheets in our pocket because those naturally repel mosquitoes. So
does that work? I've heard of that, but I've never
it works.
tried
But
it.
you can't just have one, and you should rub it all over yourself. Which is like, in real talk, I'm not recommending that because it seems like there must be something pretty dangerous in those dryer sheets. And some, you be careful not to let your dog eat them because some that come from China have formaldehyde in them.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude. Like, what is all this stuff in the world?
We can't use any of that in my family because I'm allergic to like everything. So.
Oh, fair-skinned people. They always have a lot of allergies.
Well, I never used to be. About 4 years ago, I just suddenly became allergic to any kind of perfume or dye or...
Oh, no, perfume.
Or smell. Yeah, any kind, because my wife used to have, like the plug-it-in air fresheners around our house.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
All those kind of things. We can't have any of that. So we have to have...
oh, my gosh, that's terrible.
No dryer sheets, completely clear laundry detergent.
Like the stuff that's all or something.
Yeah,
whatever.
like free and clear or whatever. And
Yep, dude, none of that. I wear so much perfume. I'm wearing perfume right now, and there's nobody even around to smell me. I just put it on for myself. I have so much. I'm gonna have to make sure I don't wear it when I see you, so I don't rub you and get you break out with hives or something. It's like the same thing. I use cats now too, are just like horrible for me. Oh. I've grown into
really bad. I get really bad itchy eyes. And
oh yeah, I can't be around cats either. It sucks too because a lot of my friends have cats, and when I was wearing contacts, it was impossible. Now maybe I could deal with it a little bit more, but my nose gets so red and so itchy. My dad actually has like a anaphylactic reaction to the ammonia that's in cat urine. So if he gets near a litter box or something, he's crazy. He's super allergic. Yeah.
Wow. So what's been going on?
Oh,
you've been working hard.
Complaining. Yeah, I'm real busy with things that are boring. No, I'm just kidding. I got my Nintendo props back and I'm fixing those. And it's a little hard because I packed them up so well. They were just like perfectly packed up, and they came back to me in 3 boxes instead of the 2. And I had them like strategically packed. And somewhere in the shipping, the 2 dualies lost some stuff. They broke, and like they were solid casts, and they were really sturdy. Yeah. But the way that they were packed, there was something hitting pushing like a T, like a perfect T, and it popped it.
So basically, they just threw them in a box,
or maybe they had someone package them. I don't know what happened, but they didn't upsetting.
They didn't spend a lot of time with the care of packaging.
Yeah, my FedEx lady is the bomb. Yeah. I mean, like we've sent so much stuff. I love this gal. She makes sure everything's perfect. Like we just sent a package to Simplicity, and it was all perfect. She even packaged my patterns really well. Like she's awesome, and nothing ever gets messed up. They arrived to California perfect, and so getting them back and having. The worst part about something that is a solid cast break is that it was so mechanically strong naturally, but you would never hold it there. And now gluing it, it makes me nervous. Like I feel the need to add a mechanical connection, like a screw through it, but that will always show.
Yeah.
And that bums me out because it's just the position that they're in. But I've got them back, and now it's like. When they get them back for the New York event, they're going to be like, wow, if we'd have given her this much time in the beginning, because they look amazing now. Like they have ecstasy, they're glossy, they're gorgeous. They're all having a lot of time to cure, and they're all hanging from the ceiling. And it's just being able to see them like that, it makes you feel a lot better than what I sent out before. So
well, that's good. So overall, you're happy with what's gonna finally be the final. I mean, as happy as you can be.
As happy as I can be.
I mean, are we ever really, really happy with everything we make?
No, there's always going to be things like it's unavoidable, but I'm ready to get them back to Nintendo and never have to see them again. I want them to be indestructible.
and be done with it.
Yeah, because there's just so many things going on. Tell me something that you're doing.
Well, for 2 months, all I've done is work on Wonder Woman swords. And
what happened with the paint job?
And I'm really, really, really tired of Wonder Woman swords.
Oh, but they're so beautiful. Didn't you have
Thank you. They are.
Problem? Or something? I want to hear about that.
Okay, so I had 2 different problems.
No!
One was the paint. and the other was with casting. So which one do you want me to talk about first?
Which was the worst?
Probably the casting.
Okay, tell me.
Because that costs time and money. It all costs time and money. But I don't know what. 2 months ago, I finished my my mold for the Wonder Woman sword. Did a couple test casts, and to my surprise, the cast came out great.
Yeah.
Which was not what I was expecting. If you've molded and casted enough things, you soon realize that getting what I would consider a clean, almost perfect cast. I mean, I don't know if I can ever get a perfect cast, right? Because there's always some little bubble or something, unless you're using a pressure caster or something. And so much to my surprise, my test cast came out great, right? So my first initial, hey, I'm going to sell these. I made I think I did 10 of them. They all came out great, no issues. Every once in a while, maybe one little bubble or two, but really what I'd consider very clean, perfect casts. And then I sold those 10, and then I picked up a couple sales of the fully finished sword. So that's the other thing too, is I'm selling these as raw resin casts, which you have to paint yourself, and or a fully finished sword, right? I did 2 of those swords fully finished, shipped them out. One of them went to why can't I think of his name right now?
Oh, wait, is it who I know?
Yeah, Darza.
Dare.
Dare, yeah.
I was thinking it was a celebrity client, but no. Dare is also a celebrity client.
yeah, Dare. Well,
dude, and how great was his Wonder Woman?
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, he looks so good. I'm glad
he finally posted some photos of it. Yeah, he did such an awesome job.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of them went to him, another one went to a client, or just another person down in Texas. He was giving it to his wife for her birthday or something. And so everything's happy and all that. So I kept getting orders and more orders and more orders. And then I went on vacation, had to come back. But between the first time I was doing that casting and, a couple weeks ago, the weather changed here pretty drastically. It went from mid 60s, low 70s to high 80s, sometimes low 90s, which is pretty typical for the Seattle area in August. So I finally get back from vacation after a couple weeks. I start working on these casts again, and all my casts are just crap.
What? What was happening?
Well,
like bubbles and stuff?
Yeah, I was using, just tons of bubbles.
Wait, what material were you using?
I was using Smoothcast 300.
Okay, not the Featherlight.
Not the Featherlight, just regular old Smoothcast 300, which is a good solid resin. You can, and the only thing I could figure out, the only thing that changed that I know of was the weather. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get some 305, which is also part of the 300 series, but the 305 takes longer to cure. Okay, you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. So
anyway, I ordered that. I usually get it in 3 days. Oh, and by the way, by this time I was behind on 5 purchases. Which means because I had spent a couple days trying to get good clean casts and probably cast 6 duds.
What?
Yeah.
I want to see. You have to send me pictures of these duds because I'm curious. Because all my casts are duds, I just have to clean them up.
Well, the thing is when I'm selling something, I want it. I want it to be the best piece possible that this person's getting from me. And yeah, there are things that can be cleaned up, and that's fine. But a lot of it was in the little details on the handle where there was all these little corners, and all the detailing would just have pockets of bubbles in it. And it would literally, I could clean it up, but it'd literally take 2 or 3 hours to do all the filling and cleanup and everything.
Wait, pause right there and then let me ask you something so I don't forget. I'm writing stuff down as you're saying stuff because it's triggering things I wanted to talk about. I'm writing on paper. I had a bunch of bubbles in my dually, and somebody told me to put baby powder in the mold because it wicks the stuff to it.
Yeah.
It wicks the material, does it?
I use baby powder.
And it's still happening?
I always have, yeah.
Okay, so that was my question, is if you were using it, if it was doing that. If you're still getting bubbles.
I don't use mold release because you have to clean up your cast afterwards. I always use talc.
You do?
Generally speaking, it leaves a little bit of residue on them.
Does that mean that like paint and stuff don't stick as well?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
But do you lightly sand your stuff before you primer it?
Yeah, I do.
So usually if you sand it, it's fine before. It's just these are casts
it's just like
these are casts that I'm selling, and it's just like it's like I don't want to have to take the time to clean it before I ship it out, right?
Yeah. If you're selling something, I understand.
So if you use talc or baby powder, I actually use a shower powder. That works as it helps. So anyway, long story short, because I know this is getting long and boring, but
no, you're not boring me. It's actually making me think of things that I forgot. It's very interesting.
So I was behind on getting them shipped out, like talking like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm emailing my Etsy people, hey, I'm having issues. I went on vacation and now blah 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 blah. I'll try to get these out as soon as possible. I finally get so my supplier's in Walla Walla, which is a town that's like on the other side of the state, but they're a smooth-on distributor, and just regular UPS ground, I get stuff from them in 3 days. It's always 3 days, right? Which is great, because when I order from Smooth-On, it's 7, right?
Wow, Smooth-On, so I'm on the East Coast, and the factory's up north, so like I get it pretty fast. Well, they sent me stuff from the factory. Yeah. I don't know how long it would take from Charlotte, probably like a day.
When they send me stuff from the factory, it's 7 days minimum.
Oh, that's awful. In this weather, too, that was scary.
So anyway, I finally get for whatever reason, it took twice as long to get my 305 to even just do a test to see if the 305 would help, right? And so it was almost another week. And then I get it, and they send me 300 instead of 305.
What? I've never gotten a messed up order. Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
I haven't either.
What's the cure time difference? Is it like an hour longer for 305? Hours.
So with 300, it's got like what? 300 has like a 3-minute pot life and a 10-minute demold, right? 300.
Oh yeah, really I always let it cool though, so I guess like.
Well, I do too. I never demold in 10 minutes because it comes out like rubbery, and especially like a sword. Yeah. If you pour a sword out in 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh, that would be terrible. Yeah, it would warp.
Yeah, it's going to be like a noodle. Yeah. But 305 has a 7-minute pot life and either 20 or 30-minute demold time. So it's quite a bit of difference.
I wonder if it's better so if it's a slower curing, wouldn't that mean it would be better for the bubble thing too?
Yeah, because this was my theory that because the heat will change curing rates. And my shop was running right around 80 to 85 degrees in here. Yeah, I don't have air conditioning.
My shop is always 65 to 72.
Yeah, I mean this is Seattle. Nobody has air conditioning. Well,
really?
People do now, but almost all the houses built. I mean, my house was built in the 70s. Almost all the houses built in the 70s and 80s didn't.
That's very European of you guys, because
you just didn't. I mean, you only use air conditioning like maybe 2 months out of the year, so.
Just dehumidifiers, that's what you need.
Yeah. So anyway, my theory was that the 300 was setting up too fast, not allowing a time or kicking too fast and causing these pocket bubbles and all these little crevices. So I had to get a hold of the distributor. I'm like, hey, you guys screwed up. You need them. They're like, okay, well, we don't have any here. We'll have to send you some from California. I will say for this, though, they did send it to me today. So, which I'm sure cost them like awesome. Well, I'm sure it cost them like $80. It probably cost as much as the resin.
Yeah.
Because to have a gallon of smooth cast sent to me here from Walla Walla, which is just across the state, is like $32. So I'm sure to do second day, they probably expedited. They probably spent $80 just getting it to me. So they made it right. So they were great. They made it right.
They're always really good about that. Yeah. About fixing or sending. So I had something missing. Like it wasn't wrong, but it was missing. I got it really fast.
Yeah. So I finally got the resin. And
the 305.
Then, the 305, and it's pretty much fixed everything. So.
Oh, that's good. So you're not having any issues with and it wasn't an old 300 that you had?
No. I had just bought it. I mean, because I have gone through like 3 gallons of smooth cast with this sword stuff. So, it was a brand new A brand new purchase. Yeah,
Dude.
I had to do a little modifications to my mold. I was still having some issues, and I don't know why it all just showed up. But the crossbar piece, I was getting some problems with it not filling in all the way, some air pockets, and
filling in like all the way at the end, or just like somewhere else.
Yeah, well, it has. I knew it was going to be trouble. Here's the thing. It's all the things I was expecting this mold to have problems with. I had problems with, but later. I mean, that's the weird thing about it, because
that is,
because when I first did a test cast, I was expecting all of those problems that I just experienced in the past couple of weeks, and I didn't have any of those problems. I have no idea why it worked so well, but then stopped working so well, other than the weather change. And so all the things I had to make changes to were things I was expecting to have to do, but at the first time I cast anything. And when I did my first 2 test casts and they came out like pretty near perfect, I mean, I'm like, this shouldn't be this easy.
Yeah. And dude, the weather, it's real that it affects it. Like, so people always tell me, well, like, aren't you, like, I'll talk to my friends about a problem I'm having. They're like, don't you have dehumidifiers? Like, I have 2, and then, I have AC and stuff, but I'm not in a vacuum. If it's raining directly outside my door and I'm casting in 3 feet from it, it's still affecting me. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you're not hermetically sealed.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not Bubble Boy. Yeah. I'm definitely. Wasn't that John Travolta that played that guy?
I can't remember.
Side question. I feel like it was.
So anyway, I finally got, so in the past 2 days, I mean, it's been literally 2 days. And in fact, I'm looking at 2 casts I did in the past 2 days that I have to ship out as soon as we're done talking. Because I've shipped like, I think 10 swords a few yesterday, and it'll be 10 total in the past 2 days. So three of those being fully finished. So speaking of fully finished, are you ready to hear the paint problem? I
am, yes, because paint, that is, I've had issues with that this year. So
okay, so again, I came up with it. So for the color of the hilt, the crossbar, the gold I've been using, it's a combination of. I started with a combination of 2 colors. One was a Tamiya gold leaf, which is a really bright gold.
Ooh, I haven't tried that one.
Okay. Yeah, it's really bright. It's like super bright, almost too bright. I want that.
I like bright.
Yeah, but for what the color I was trying to match, or the look I was going for, because I wanted to get like this kind of like almost brown gold, because it needs to kind of look patinaed and kind of aged, right? And so I tried a bunch of different combinations and a bunch of different paints, and what I came up with was Tamiya gold leaf, and then this stuff, which is just a cheap Art Deco brand called Espresso, Rich Espresso. It's a dark gold, but so this was too dark. The bright gold is too bright. So my thought was I do the 2 together. So my process had been airbrush the gold leaf down solid, and then use some thin down of this Rich Espresso, which is just a cheap acrylic from Michael or from Hobby Lobby that costs like $2. And do a light spray, a light mist over the top of that, and it was giving me the look I wanted. Right. Look great. Perfect for what I was looking for. It was perfect for what I wanted. And that's the first 2 that I did. The first 3, because I did my version, which was basically the test, right? I did the test for myself, which is hanging on my wall in the other room. Right. And I was like, okay, that looks great. This is how I'm going to do these other ones. So I did the other 2, got those done, shipped them out. Right. And that was like, I don't know, that was almost 2 months ago.
Yeah. A while ago. I remember that.
Okay. And then I got 3 more orders for fully finished ones, which I'm only doing like 10 or so of those because I'm just already tired of them so much. And then one for my giveaway, because I did the giveaway and I have that one to finish, which is like right here too. And
that's so exciting. I'm excited for her.
I just have to weather it. Yeah. And it ended up being a gal from Portland that won it, so I think that's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I didn't realize that she's in Portland. That's cool.
Yeah. And she's doing a Wonder Woman, so I was just like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know she's doing a Wonder. I saw her friends commented about like she's doing a Wonder Woman costume, and I was like, wow, that's like the best.
But I there were so many people that are doing Wonder Woman costumes right now, though. So I was really hoping that I would love for anybody to win it, but I was actually really hoping that it won somebody that was actually going to do Wonder Woman, you know,
yeah.
was going to win.
I mean, anybody that won it, I think would probably feel so inclined to do one.
Yeah, but if like a dude won it, he'd probably just hang it on his wall and then never be seen again, and which is fine, Like my Tariel Daggers, who's now kind of a friend of mine, he hangs out on my stream a lot. This guy named Roland from, okay, I'm going to get this wrong. Roland's going to be so mad at me. He's from Norway, I think.
One of the best places to live in the world, they say.
I think. Roland, awesome. If you're listening and I got your country wrong, I'm wrong. It's terrible. It's like, I want to say Norway or Switzerland. Maybe it's Switzerland. Anyway, over there somewhere, Anyway, on the other side of the world.
Yeah, across the pond.
So here's the thing. I do the same thing with these other four swords, right?
Right.
And a day later, all of the gold that I painted had massive amount of bubbles all over it. Like tiny little. Have you ever seen shingles?
Like online. I don't know.
You ever seen what shingles look like? My paint got shingles.
Like maybe some smallpox or something.
Yeah, I didn't kid you not. My paint got shingles.
Oh my gosh!
All four of them. I had them done. I mean, all I needed to do was seal them.
And what was the weather like?
It was hot. It was.
But they weren't in the sun, were they?
No. Again, my shop was in the 80 to 85. And
you'd waited a really long time for your primer and everything to cure?
Yeah, I waited at least a day. I mean, that's usually when it's warm out. I've never had any problems with waiting. Spray something, wait till the next day, do the next step, wait till the next day, do the next step. Is generally my, if I have time. My general way of going about things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've had to forego that. I go like 48 hours minimum on my like major scary can't be fixed projects because I'm running into that with those shoulders, and it's been like I've been fixing it, and I just had a couple I'm forcing the bubbles to come up. I called Chad Hoku Props.
Yeah.
He has an automotive background, and we had like a long talk about it. And he told me what was happening with the gas underneath. It was what I thought. Gas was trapped, obviously, from something that was uncured. Just what was it? And we went through like all the steps and everything. And Rust-Oleum brand primer takes a lot longer to degas.
Oh yeah.
And that was, I used that because it was cheap. I got it cheap, and like that screwed me in the bum. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and that happens. But the thing is, I've never really had to struggle with paint much before at all. It's always just never really been a problem for me.
Me either. So. Like I've never had eggshelling or orange peel. I've never had issues until I got to these shoulders. This was my first experience. So it's like, once you get there, you're like, you think in your head, I'm doing the same routine things I've always done. Like problem solving what's happening is a nightmare when you don't change anything, and then it happens.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the thing. And then not only that, but I went and looked at the one I made for myself, and it had done the same thing.
What?
Yeah, it's like a month later.
Dude, that's my life, because my shoulders sat up here for 3 weeks, and until I turned the heat on to let my my Nintendo props cure. Then it triggered it. And they've been up here. I'm not kidding. They had dust on them. They've been up here completely gorgeously done for a while. And it was heat. It's like as soon as the heat happened, the gas released, and it would have happened in shipping. So I'm glad it happened for me here. But
well, here's the thing that bothered me was I've never had that issue with acrylics, right? And that was the thing is the Tamiya, although the Tamiya is an alcohol-based acrylic somehow.
Yeah, body paint's like that too, and alcohol acrylic. Some body paint, not all. Yeah, some of the. So anyway, I had 3 of those all ready to go, and I had to not only redo them, but take the time to strip the crap off of them to redo them. And I don't know. I mean, you've seen the One Woman Sword. It has a hella amount of. Hello. Oh, hey. Hi.
Oh, hey, are you doing a podcast?
Yeah. No. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
I was like, is somebody coming in? I hear someone.
That's the mysterious Matt.
You're fine. He's home really early. So I was like, I assumed like a guest or something's walking in downstairs. I heard the door and I was like, oh, great. What's going to happen? Y'all about to see some crazy people in sunburnt with, flip-flops and socks.
Gotcha. So anyway, But here's the thing. One of those swords is for a person that most people, I think, that listens to our.
Oh no! One of those was for him, or her, or him. That person.
Yeah.
Oh.
A person that I think most people that listen to podcasts would at least have an idea of who this person is.
Are you allowed to say?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not. Don't worry. I won't do it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad that happened for you. So
let's just say it's for a special occasion, and it has to be at its location soon.
What?
It's shipping today. I have to ship it out as soon as we're done.
So you got it like satisfactory, like up to the.
Yeah, that's all I did this past week and a half was strip swords and repaint them. So what I ended up doing was I narrowed it down to it being the gold leaf Tamiya paint for whatever reason. Yeah. And I switched to an enamel, just a Krylon enamel.
Right.
And so far I haven't had any issues so far. Again, it hasn't been as hot as it was then because the weather's changed yet again here, and it's been in the 70s instead of the almost 90s. But and I talked to Dare, and he said his hasn't done it yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, and that shipped, so it would have been hot,
Yeah, because I have a fix for it, and I haven't heard back from the other guy I sold the one to in Texas. I need to email him and say, hey, if you have an issue with this, send it back to me. I can strip it and repaint it.
Oh, could you imagine if they all had to be sent back? That'd be a nightmare.
Well, fortunately, I'd only sent out 2, just the 2
okay.
of the fully finished ones. It's like this week is the push of like the 4 are going out. So,
yes, mailing like painted things is always.
I hate mailing so much.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah, tell me.
I killed a box yesterday.
Why?
I killed it dead. I just brutalized it. I beat it to death.
Out of rage?
Yes.
Why? Eric, why did you kill this box?
Okay, so the theme of my problem lately has been things were working and now they're not. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay, so
okay. Wow, it's like we're like together.
It's like with this whole project, it's been like it's like the molds were working, now they're not. The paint was working, now it's not. So I go to ship up the ones I had to send out yesterday. I go to box them up, and I'm using boxes that I got off Amazon because they were like the best deal I could find. And you need a big, it's a 48-inch long box, square box, but they're kind of flimsy. And so what I learned was if I cut one down, I could fold it up and push it inside the other one and basically make a double box. Right?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. And I did that for I shipped like 10 or more swords last month that way. And I had no issues with making these boxes, with creating this double box. For some reason yesterday, I could not get the stupid inner box to fit. I could not get it to work.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
To the
You're
point,
in crisis over there.
To the point where I let out. And I'm not this way. I don't have rage. I don't have like total rage quits very often. In fact, the last time I did it was probably 15 plus years ago when I was trying to install a new screen on a screen door, and I ended up bashing it and throwing it across the lawn and screaming
expletive?
A long stream of expletives.
Oh my gosh, dude.
A total meltdown. So yesterday, same thing. And so I just took that stupid box and I beat it across whatever it was in there, my cabinet or whatever, until it was dead.
Did your wife come out there like, what the heck?
Yeah, she was like, I wanted to come down and see if you were okay, but at the same time, it was really scary sounding.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's great. I'm trying to think. This summer, I got really mad oh gosh. Oh yeah, I did. I have had a moment. I threw the cable box.
Oh.
Well, I ripped it and threw it outside in the backyard. And it was really bad. I can't believe I did that. But I was like, if you knew what I deal with Charter, because I have to have cable for, the guests and stuff. Yeah. And it's really expensive. It's almost $300 a month for everything. Because the boxes are expensive to rent. And it never works. I used to call them on the reg. They know me very well. I had the same representative that would come out and stuff. And they had a weak connection at my house and they never really wanted to fix it. And I just ripped the cable box and threw it outside. And I'm not I'm not a rage quitter. I definitely am like you, like I'm calm, but sometimes
I'm not either. I lost it.
like once every 15 years, you just have to do it.
And then so I've literally have put in like in the past 2 days, I think I did like a 12 or 14 hour day 2 days ago, yesterday a 12 or 14 hour day, just trying to make up for all this lost time and get things out the door and have satisfied customers and stuff. And last night it was, and so that's like really late nights, early mornings, and trying to keep up with exercising and doing all this other stuff too. And so last night I actually finished at like 9:00, right? And I was like, 9:00. And all I've wanted to do all weekend is just watch the newest episode of Game of Thrones. That's all I've wanted to do.
Oh, good. I love it.
Right? And so last night I'm like, sweet, 9:00, I can go. I can hang out in my basement where it's nice and cool. And on my big, I have a big screen with my projector and, watch Game of Thrones the way it's meant to be watched. And so I sit down and I have an Apple TV in like a couple locations in my house.
Oh, okay. I just got a Roku. That's interesting.
And I go and queue up HBO and hit play, and I get the little daisy wheel, and it just spins and spins and spins and spins and spins.
What? What was wrong?
Well, here was the thing. I was just excited to like watch Game of Thrones and go to bed by like 10 or 10:30.
Yeah.
I don't know. I spent almost a half an hour with restarts and checking internet connection and blah, 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 over and over and over again. And the reason why I'm talking about this one too is because I wanted to take the Apple TV and just, I wanted to rage quit on that.
Wow, that's crazy. You almost had
and since I already had kind of a rager day anyway, I was raging again. It was a day full of rage yesterday. So
man, if I was going through all that with all those paint carrying problems, that I don't know, man, that's pretty bad.
So what I ended up doing was just going upstairs and taking the Apple TV from up there and because it's like 3 cables, one, and plugged it in and it worked just fine. That one worked just fine.
So it was an issue with the Apple TV. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I've never had any issues with it before.
Yeah, that's really sucky.
Yeah. Anyway, I ended up not only that, but getting pissed off and raging again and not going to bed till almost midnight.
Oh my god!
Because I knew I had to get up this morning and pack swords, because I've been waiting to pack these other swords. And anyway, so
that's
there you
really
go.
Cool about that you're like on a positive note. Exercise and stuff makes you feel better. So maybe I
don't know. Worse. I've been really. Well, here's the thing. You've been ragey? I've been ragey because I don't get to eat what I like.
Oh, yeah. I don't either anymore. Like, I've been on this cleanse for a while now. I've had cheat days, which is really nice. And, I realized this is a lifestyle change, and that's fine. I've lost 9.5 pounds, and I'm really excited.
That's excellent. Good for you.
I feel better. My stomach feels like everything. I feel better. I feel so great. And I do have cheat days. I have to give myself a cheat day. I went 8 solid days with being on it pretty hardcore, and then I was like, it's the Go Cleanse. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but just an ad. It's just that great. It's so amazing. I love this. I recommend everybody make your lifestyle. It fits it so well because you have these shakes that are super filling, and I usually forget to eat. And I'm like, I could just have a shake and take it to the shop, and it's not a big deal. But man, I feel so good. I could see this being a very sustainable kind of life, and I've never felt that way before about any diet. So, and because you have to cheat, you have to have a day. If it's a day a week, that's all right because you're really cutting back 5 days or 6 days. And if it's a day a month, that's even better. But if you need that day a week, then you can do it on this and still lose weight, which is crazy to me. I don't know.
No, and that works. And I'm the same way. If I'm exercising regularly, the thing is right now I'm trying to drop some weight first because I actually got to the point of the heaviest I've ever been, and I'm like, I don't want to be this way anymore. And so. But once I get some weight down, I can go back to eating, within reason, as long as I don't stuff myself all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm generally one of those kind of people. I like to eat so much that
that you're stuffed.
That I'll just go until the point of, I feel like I have to puke kind of thing.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. I'm the opposite.
Sorry, is that disgusting? I'm sorry.
No, it's not. You're a guy. I don't eat a lot. My problem is I shut my metabolism down because I wait so long and only have one meal.
Oh yeah.
My metabolism is probably just whatever. Why are we working right
now? It's like,
now?
why do we want to do this? Yeah. No,
and I've lost so much so fast on this because it requires me to eat every 2 to 1.5 hours, but I only have like 8 almonds or something.
You keep that metabolic rate going all the time.
And I feel like I have so much energy.
Yeah, and if I exercise regularly, my body will do that without a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's just, the shift work that I work on my regular job and then doing what all this, crafting and stuff for the past 3 years is all caught up to me because if you don't make time for it, there's just no time.
I want to mention this though, so I don't forget while it's on top of my brain. And we're talking about men losing weight. Matt has lost 21 pounds.
Dang, Matt, way to go, man!
His third week.
That's
third
awesome.
Week, he's 21 pounds, and it's like I can see it. It's coming off so fast. I'm like, wow, like your face looks different. Your stomach, his clothes are fitting differently. In 3 weeks, 21 pounds, and he's eating, so it's a healthy weight loss. It is not fasting. It is the opposite of fasting. It's like, and it's all plant based. It's really cool, high protein. It tastes good. I can't believe it. He did it before and lost 11 pounds, and I just never thought it would appeal to me. He heard about it on this radio show, Lex and Terry, and they have like challenges, and people will lose, tons of weight. It's a big thing because they're a sponsor of that show, and I can't believe it. Like it works so well, and it's amazing. I don't know. I'm so happy to have found something because everybody knows weight loss is hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It is.
So,
it is, and generally, and for myself, it's really the first time really I've ever like, okay, I need to lose weight.
Yeah, mine's just for energy, really. I mean, yes, I need to lose weight. I'm not kidding myself, but I was starting to slow down as age, I'm in my I'm 31. What am I? I don't know how old I am. 31.
Wait till you turn 45, because that's what I just had was my 45th birthday like last week. So happy belated. I already told you happy birthday. But I wasn't like searching for that. It's just
I know you weren't.
It's just the older you get, the more your metabolism starts to slow, and
you start to consciously. Like my dad is he's pretty young. He's 51, and he had a heart attack this year. And like my dad has a super fast metabolism.
Your dad's older than 51, isn't he?
No, he had me when he was really young. No, he's 51. That's right. He had me when he was 20.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. And it's crazy because
you're telling me I'm only 6 years younger than your dad.
Doesn't matter though. You can look. I mean,
Oh my god.
My dad's young and he's vivacious. Like you would never. I mean, my dad is like. I thought he was kind of invincible because he eats whatever he wants. He does whatever he wants. The problem is he was a smoker.
Oh yeah.
Like not a drinker, but he was a smoker, and that
smoking will catch up to you.
Yeah, and so it was crazy. Once, like after he had that heart attack, it's like, man, you start to think. He just was like me, just kind of just going through life, and he got all the way to 51 without making any lifestyle changes. That's terrible. I don't want to end up because it gets away from you. I don't want to end up 41 and then thinking, wow, why didn't I have been doing this terrible stuff for 10 years. 10 years my body has suffered, and then it's even harder to to make up for it then. So it's like I needed to get on a healthy lifestyle now, and I'm definitely a healthy eater, but I just needed to cut out things like energy drinks and unnecessary sugar. That was the thing.
Well, that's the thing for me too, is cutting down all the sugar. I like beer, but I don't drink it a lot because it's empty calories. I don't drink hard alcohol. I don't smoke, but my one true vice for years has been like, just soda. Or pop, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever part of the country you're from, whatever. What do you guys call it there? Do you call it pop or soda, or is it?
It's soda here.
What's that?
It's soda here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't drink soda. So like that's crazy because I have a lot of friends that have that problem. I have friends that don't even really drink water that much because they drink soda. My uncle's like that. He drinks so much Coke. It's crazy. Yeah.
See, and I would, I wasn't like a 6-pack of Coke a day or whatever, but I would at least have a Coke, at least like a can a day. That was kind of
really?
Usually that's kind of like my afternoon, like, pick me up.
Yeah. Instead of coffee. Well, I mean, a soda isn't worse than one of those super sugar-filled coffee drinks.
Yeah, but I'll have a latte every once in a while, but I don't drink like, grande, mochaccino, whatever.
Yeah. See, that's my problem. My empty calories were in coffees, tons of coffees, like sugary coffees, or even if I got it like sugar free, which I've tried to stay away from the artificial sugars as well.
Yeah.
But it would have like cream and stuff in it, and I've cut out so much dairy, and that was really bad. I feel like now, even for my skin.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mostly just cut a lot of sugar out. I eat less, and then have more healthy stuff. in between times. So
yeah. We've tried to like make some healthy things too. Like I made a homemade vegan Chipotle bowl. We don't have Chipotle here, but it's like 2 hours away. And I made a Chipotle bowl and used cauliflower rice and everything. And it was so good. I can't believe it. I can't believe that I actually created something that was like just like a restaurant, but super healthy. And so I want to get creative with things, like so it's not boring, because chicken salad, like chicken on salad, is boring, and that's the problem. Like I get really tired of that. I can only eat so many different flavors of chicken. Matt can just eat chicken every day for lunch, because you can have a lunch and it has to be under a certain amount of calories and no carbs or low carb, and he would just eat chicken, and like that does not work for me. I get bored with food the same way I get bored with life, like, or something in life.
I'm the same way. I mean, I can eat stuff. I mean, I don't know. I do get bored at times, so.
Yeah, I need just a little bit of something different. So but
well, and the other thing too is I have a pretty big sweet tooth, so cutting out candy.
Me too.
Cutting out candy is like I love gummy bears.
I love jelly beans. We say that to each other, like, I love jelly beans. I love them so much. I love Jelly Belly so much. And like, it was like getting to be like where I thought, if I keep eating jelly beans like this, I might be diabetic in a year. Yeah. Because it started this year was actually, I'd had jelly beans a lot growing up. And then, when I lost 70 pounds a long time ago, like when I, graduated high school and I was at my biggest when I graduated, and then I was like, dude, I'm gonna lose all this weight, and I did, and it was great. And I didn't eat candy for like 8 years of my life. I didn't really eat candy.
Just cut it out.
And and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm getting older. Why not start
candy? That's
now?
Good again. Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm an adult. I can have candy I want, and I'd have candy at 9 o'clock at night and stuff. The worst possible time. I'd sit and play video games and just eat candy, and that is a problem because I'm like enjoying, the chew of it, and I don't realize I've eaten like half a pound of
and that's the thing. Like, I'd be in my shop working, and I have like a thing of gummy bears, or for whatever reason, the candy runts. Do you know what runts are? The little
that's so funny.
And my daughters love runts, and we just we're just like, we love runts in our family. And we fight for the bananas. The bananas are the best.
Oh yeah, those are the only ones I like.
And between gummy bears and runts, it's just like I'd always have them around, and I'd just be while I'm working, I'm just munching on them, Yeah. And it's just like.
And the thing is, we're adults. We should know. Like, I would actively buy them. Like, I would, and it's like every time I purchase it, I know I shouldn't be buying this.
Yeah.
But I still buy it. Like,
but it's like,
why we don't
so
stop
good.
ourselves? Yeah.
It's so good. So.
Yeah. And it's not even like cake or pie. I love pie so much. When I finished the Nintendo project, I bought myself a pie. And like, I only have a pie once in a while, but I was like, I'm having a pie. I'm getting a pie after this.
I love pie.
And it was Dutch apple. It was so good. And you only get pie around the holidays, really. So.
Yeah. I will say, speaking of pie, I did have 2 slices of coconut cream pie for my birthday. So.
Wow, I don't like coconut cream pie. That's funny.
My grandmother, she's 93. She made me a coconut cream pie, and her coconut cream pie is like. There's no better coconut cream pie. I've never had a better coconut cream pie. That's my.
Is that your grandmother on your mother or father's side?
My dad's side.
Is that which side does the Irish? I'm guessing you're Irish. Does the red come from?
There's no Irish. Haha.
What? Ooh, interesting. Are you like Scandinavian or something? What are you?
No, the majority is Welsh. So,
Welsh. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So that's the Jones side. There's a lot of Welsh in the Jones side, and then my mom's side is mostly German. So.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's really cool.
So yeah, my grandma Jones, she's 93, and
she made you that pie.
Still making pies.
Dang. Oh, my Gammy Brooks was like that. She was cooking until she couldn't anymore. Yeah. She loved to cook.
And every time we're over, because we were over there to visit them. And every time I'm there, she always makes me a coconut cream pie. So, and they're amazing. And she makes the most incredible crust. Her crust is like,
crust is key.
So on point. So
there's nothing worse than the store-bought crust.
No.
Like, I don't really care for the crust, but store-bought. I like this, like, it makes me like my mouth's watering. It makes me I love like the buttery, flaky, homemadey kind of crust.
That's the thing. It's like, it's got to be, soggy crust is like the worst. It's like,
the Dutch apple I got had a soggy crust.
It has to be light and flaky, and she makes the most amazing crust. And when I was a kid, we'd be at her house and she'd make pies, and she'd always do an extra pan of pie crust.
Oh, what?
Just pie crust with cinnamon and sugar on it. And then we'd and then we just devour that.
Stop, dude. My Gammy was like, she made everything was like very decadent.
I have like 3 cousins. We're all like only 2 years apart, and then my sister's 2 years older than me. So the 4 of us, we'd just sit there and just snarf on Grandma's homemade cinnamon sugar pie crust. Oh, that makes me sad thinking about it right now.
My Gammy used to make cinnamon sugar and like sweet cream oatmeal, like this homemade oatmeal. It was like buttery. It makes my mouth water. Yeah, it was like buttery delicious. And everything, and it was so freaking good.
So we're both working on the lifestyle thing right now too.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's worth it to me. Like seeing the results. Once you start to see the results, that's motivating to me, and I'm like, yeah.
So far, my result is I'm just hungry all the time.
I'm lucky I haven't been hungry all the time, but I don't miss, like, I'm like you, the sweet cravings. I do miss that. But
I get the cravings, and it's just like, normally I'd be just like munching on something. So I have that feeling of like, I want to munch on something. So yeah,
I have like an oral thing. So like, and gum doesn't satisfy it. So usually drinking coffee and like sipping from a straw and stuff would satisfy it. It's so weird. The AC is blowing at the back of my hair, and I keep thinking the back of my hair is wet, but it's not. It's just really cold because the AC is there. And I'm like, what is happening?
So project wise, what do you have going on right now?
So I got a bunch of stuff.
Anything you can talk about?
Yeah. So I have one humongously major project that you guys will find out at the end of the year. That is the best project, is legendary, and it is the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Beside being born.
Well, no build up there, right there. No build
yeah. Oh, like I'm not even building it up. Like Nintendo, great, but this is the stuff of Legends. I'm so happy. And if I didn't sign like the world's most ironclad NDA, I would definitely I would hint at it, but like you ain't messing. I don't want to mess it up. So when it happens, you'll see. Well, you won't have to wait long because it'll start to happen soon. Anyways, and the other thing is, I started working on a May costume. For which is this, if those of you that are watching, this little kimono behind me, I hired a lady to make the kimono, and then I altered it, and I did like fur and other bits and pieces, and it's like a casual May, but and
we're talking May from Overwatch, correct?
Oh, May from Overwatch, sorry, yeah. So
just in case somebody doesn't know who May is.
Yeah, that's a good call. So I styled the wig, and the wig is so cute, but dang, it was hard to style. And I have a lot of hair. I cut like 4.5 inches off of my hair when I dyed it, maybe 5 inches. I chopped a bunch just to kind of bring it up. Yeah, and not have as much to put in there. And I braided my hair down, tried the wig on. It's a ponytail wig from Arda, and then I altered it by like sewing wefts and attaching them to make the bun and all of her little like flips and the spike and the bangs in the front. It was very hard. It took me a really long time, and I don't enjoy wig styling stuff like that. Like ponytails, I like wig styling, maybe like a down style, but I did not enjoy that. It was hard. It was extremely hard. I used like the spray glue and stuff, but I'm OCD about it not looking crunchy, and not every single little hair that was out of place drove me mad. And I would have to sit there and just like spray it with a little water and smooth it. And oh gosh, it was really, really challenging. So people that do that, like do a lot of custom wigs, hats off to you. It's tedious, and it's a whole nother thing than armor. It would just take me, I could make a breastplate in the same time I could style a wig, which is crazy. But
yeah, I have no desire to ever do like a massive amount of wig styling.
No, but I felt like in order to do May, I had to have the wigs. I had to have a wig. I couldn't do a down wig and fake it, and just like this. Yeah. I wanted it to be authentic. So,
Did you consider having somebody else do it for you?
I did, but like I've spent so much money lately.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing for me. It's like when I consider, having somebody do something for me, it's usually not that, I have to make it myself. It's usually that, I don't really want to pay what I think I need to pay somebody.
Yeah, I think I would need to pay someone probably like $150, $200 for that because of the time to take them, and then the base materials and shipping. Yeah. So it wasn't going to work for me, like budget wise. And I thought, like, I'll do it now. If I added up how much I paid, if I paid myself to do that, it would have been way more.
It would have been way more.
But it's the money thing. I use the money instead to buy a new microphone for my camera, which is cool. But my May, so I got the tank file from my friend Jill of Obsidian Props, modeled the May tank, and I've been printing that, and it's huge. And then I printed the May blaster from this maker Oleg I found, and he has like a kit for May's blaster. And I did some custom work on it and hollowed it out and added a tube and a valve. And the tube goes all the way to the tank. And then I got a catering beverage dispenser that fits perfectly in the interior of the tube. So it's hidden actually. And then it comes out the bottom. And then when I turn the valve, it's a it's a alcohol dispenser or drink dispenser. And it is I'm like, it's my little like secret project. So I hinted about it on social media, but
how does it dispense? Does it come out
Yeah, it comes out of the blaster.
It actually comes out of the barrel of the blaster?
Yeah, it does. It comes out of the base of the bottom barrel. And so it was like, as soon as I started thinking of what I was going to do for Dragon Con, I thought like, I saw May's like tube connected to the tank. And I thought, I got to do this. So, and it's going to light up too. I've figured it out so the wires will go around it and stuff. But I'm really excited to take this to Dragon Con and like film footage of dispensing. I'm not sure what, I'm probably going to do like a vodka or something. Yeah. It's a very large tube,
Kool-Aid. You just need
if I make it adult beverage, but I definitely, if I take it to BlizzCon, I can't put Mountain Dew in it or something, not alcohol. But I'm not going to drink out of it. I just
don't put soda in it because it'll probably like explode.
Oh my gosh, yeah, who knows? But I'm really excited about it.
With the carbonation or whatever. No, just do Kool-Aid and then just make everybody think it's alcohol.
Well, I could do like a cocktail. It holds a lot of beverage, and I'm going to add some kind of it won't be refrigerated, obviously. It's just going to be chilled. Yeah. So with insulation, because there's just enough for like a thermal insulation in between the tank and the interior tank. So
gotcha.
That's why I was like, I originally thought beer because it is a beer dispenser, and then I thought that'll be so skunky because it'll get really hot. After a while.
It'll get hot, and then the carbonation might give you issues too. So
it is the actual tank is like designed for beer, so I thought it would be okay.
Oh, is it really? Oh, okay. If it's
like a catering tank.
Okay, because if it's designed for things for carbonation, then they've taken an account to that. But I've actually done things before where you put something carbonated and it leaks because there's pressure, because the carbonation builds pressure, right? So.
Right. So we're gonna really like triple check everything to make sure it doesn't have any leaks anywhere, because there are electronics in this as well. But I'm doing a pretty good job of separating them. It's the hardest project.
Don't fry yourself.
No, it's the most tedious project I've done because I've had to really drill out all these extra spots inside of the printed parts to create like channels around channels, and it looks crazy and messy in the inside, but I think it'll be cool. I'm really excited about it. It was challenging. It felt like, I'm getting to the point where the same like sanding, painting, sealing, priming, making more armor that just is, just a variation of other skills I've used. Yeah. I want to try new stuff. Yeah. So that's what every project I do personally now is going to have something to try to advance.
It gets boring to do the same thing over and over again, right?
It does, man. Yeah. It's hard. It's just hard for the brain. And so I need that stimulation. Like I don't know. I'm just really excited. I'm excited to do something different. So that May project is going to be really cool. I'm super pumped to get to wear that. And then, and at Dragon Con, I wrote this down here. I have 2 panels. I have a, my cosplay experience panel, which is, if for anybody listening that's going, is at the Hilton on Saturday at 2:30. And it's in the Grand West building. I'll post all this too, but I just had it here, so I was thinking about that. And that's going to be me and 5 other Cosplay Melee contestants. There will be other Cosplay Melee contestants that are at the con. These are just those of us that are on the panel. I guess there was like a cap on how many could actually get up there and talk, but others will be in the crowd, and so you can say hi to people and stuff.
Yeah, they usually have a cap for panels, like
I guess so. And
5 or 6 people.
Yeah, and then I have costuming special effects for the Adventurous Beginner, and that is Sunday at 11:30 and 3:02 to 3:05 in the Hilton, and that's me and Jeff Leininger and Eldritch Arts. Sorry.
Oh, so Eldritch Arts.
Yeah, Eldritch. Oh. I don't know why I can't say that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 3 of us, and so
sweet.
And
how did you get hooked up with that one?
Well, I guess it's just like it's going to be on like lights and simple motors and things. Yeah. So I'm just going to bring like I obviously lights is pretty it's the Adventurous Beginner, so we're just going to talk about like the most basic stuff. So I'm going to bring a variety of little things on my breadboard and just talk about like, hey, here's the most simple way to do this, and here's things in the May Blaster. Like that's a really cool incorporation of of lights as well as like some kind of working thing. And then I wish I had I want to remake the Mercy Staff I made. So I could take it. I just don't think I'd have time. I was going to just make the top half to show people the DP-DT switch and the multiple lights and how it goes both ways, but I don't. It's just hard to fit it in right now. Like I have the motor, but
it's amazing how quickly that stuff goes too when you're actually doing a panel. It's like you think you have all this time, and then it's just like, psh.
Yeah. And so I know the other people will bring examples, but most people want to just learn how to do lights, and then motors are just like an extra thing, and they're easy, but it's just. there's a lot of different types, a lot of reasons why things go wrong. And so I think they just want us to cover the most basic way to get into lights, probably. But I'm going to bring motors anyway, just because, like, who doesn't want to see something spin?
Buy a flashlight.
Yeah, okay.
Stuff it in a hole.
It's cool to show people, like, the EL wire with transformer, with, like, the little transformer that's built in, or, like, fairy lights. A lot of people use those with just the batteries without the inverter. And it's like, but I like to wire my own LEDs. I like full control over it.
I hear you.
I
need to do more lighting stuff. I mean, I have a basic rudimentary thing of light, doing lighting, but
yeah, and that's all anyone ever needs. Like, it's so all my friends that I've ever talked to about lighting, I'm like, dude, it's just get yourself like the most basic setup and just play. And like a breadboard with hookup wire, everybody's best friend, because it's so easy. And like, I don't know, you just play, you just plug things in, test it out, and
just kind of figure things out as you go along. So
yeah, you can make a little robot with a little mini breadboard. You don't even need a robot or anything.
Speaking of robots, you bought one or something?
I bought a kit.
You bought a robot kit?
I sure did.
What robot kit did you buy? I'm curious.
Oh, I have a bunch in my wish list on Amazon, and they all have like pretty bad reviews. It's hard to find one with good reviews but if you read the reviews, they're mostly like, it was too hard, or my kid couldn't get it. So they give it 2 stars for a different reason.
And that's not why you should.
No, and so I had to read a bunch of reviews to find the right one, and I got one. It's just like a I'll link you the one that I got, but it's like a it has like spatial awareness, like facial recognition, not facial recognition, but it has like, recognition of things in front of it, like the way the vacuum on the floor thing goes.
Yeah, like a Roomba.
It's like that. It has a sensor. It has like a hookup for an app, like you can control it with an app on your phone, like with the Arduino. It's just really a little basic kind of wheelie robot. But I have a whole bunch of. I started getting into this stuff when I bought like a Arduino intro kit 2 years ago, and so I always thought like, yeah, it was fun to learn all these lessons, because they have like 32 lessons online. You just follow along and learn how to do everything. And I know I sound like a total like loser doing that, but whatever. I didn't know how to do this stuff. I had to learn online. Somebody had to teach me. I didn't learn in school. But
I don't know why you'd sound like a loser. I haven't even gone that far.
Because I know a lot of people that are. There's a lot of things that are pretentious. They're like, I've always known how to do that. Well, that's good for you, but I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know how to do any of that. And in fact, I've looked at those and I've gone like, I should do this and go through these, and I just never got around to doing it.
Yeah, and like it's a lot of fun. Like I have to be in the right state of mind. I have to I have to be really into the mood of wanting to just really focus on that. And because you're watching and not doing anything with your hands for a while, while you're watching.
Yeah, but, exactly.
The intro kit was amazing for Arduino and then the Arduino Uno for like multiple motors. And it's super fun. And so I thought like the natural thing, I was just wanted to diddle. I've learned a lot about motors, but I wanted to like apply them to something cool. So I decided I'm going to make a little robot.
Yeah.
So
how much did that kit cost?
I think it was $80, but like there
that's not that expensive.
It's not bad. It's usually $139, but it was cheaper. This particular one was like cheaper because I guess there's a new version.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
Most of them have bad reviews. So this was the only one that, after reading the reviews, had good reviews.
Yeah.
A lot of the reviews were things like missing parts or things didn't work, and I just didn't want to deal with that. I wanted to find the one with the best reviews and mess with it. So I'm low key thinking about attaching my snowball. The snowball on the top of May. Once I build the robot and see, the shape, and I'm thinking about adding the snowball head to it and making snowball mobile. But that will again depend on how much weight I can put on, whatever is in the kit.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever they're geared for, like the motors, I have to check it out. But I could always change them out, and get some like higher torque ones, I guess. I don't know. It could be fun, but then somebody will step on it. Oh.
Yeah, no kidding. Somebody else, yeah. The more I think about that, it's like somebody's going to kick it.
Yeah. I wish I could make one that actually like hovers in the air. Like, could you imagine?
Oops. What was that?
I know. DragonCon's the worst place. Like, I could do it at BlizzCon. That would be fun to like use the little controller and like roll Snowball around at BlizzCon. That is fun. But at DragonCon, I think I'll probably keep Snowball attached to the tank.
Yeah, I don't think that DragonCon would be a good place to.
No, it would get lost or stolen. Oh,
lost or stolen.
I know. Well, it makes me nervous anyway about having such a big prop on my back. I've always had, like your props, you hold your props in the front and stuff, but my May tank has this, it's clear, has the clear outer side, and like it's huge. It's 3 feet long, and I'm just so worried about something happening to it.
You're printing that tank?
Yeah, except for the clear
I would say, what are you doing for the clear part?
I'm just going to use clear Warbler because it's really bendy and it has slots in the inside of the tank. And
okay, gotcha. So you'll just make a cylinder for it.
Yeah, and then the seam will be in the back, like that lays against my back.
I thought maybe you were going to clear print the tank or something, and I was interested in that, but.
I have been clear printing. I clear printed the dome for the top. All the clear parts that have LEDs in the gun, I've printed. I printed like it has like this big dome in the back that's clear. I printed that and just finished coating it with XCC. I love 3D printing clear stuff. It's already diffused. It's so good.
I was going to say, how does it look though? I mean, does it have the styrations, or I mean, is it?
Well, I printed, so even the top of the Nintendo tanks, the little domes, those are 3D printed, and then I just sprayed them with like a candy apple spats, like metallic stuff. And if I print them at super high quality, like lower, like the smallest layer in between layers,
which takes
it looks better.
Takes much longer to print though, too, right?
It does, but it looks but you can print them with really low fill because you're going to, use the inside anyway. And I like it. I'll take a picture and show you what it looks like because I've been meaning to post the gun stuff anyway. And you definitely can see the lines, but I like the look of it. It may not, you have to like that look. To me, I'm like, ooh, this is so cool and like frosty. It fits May.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But if you want something truly clear, people do print truly clear. I just haven't gotten into that.
Yeah, and I don't do any 3D printing at all. So, although I've considered it lately though. So
I'm after this whole year, 2017. Is it 2017 or 18? Yeah, 17.
It's 17 still.
2017 has been the year where I fell in love with 3D printing.
Yeah.
It is the best. I've talked about it before. It's the best supplement, and my Taz is like it's like the Cadillac or the Mercedes or the Porsche or whatever of 3D printing for me. I love it. It's so reliable.
Yeah, you started out with a really high end. Yeah.
And I want to add another printer, but I'm nervous about. I did buy a Kickstart printer years ago that was terrible, and
was that
the M3D,
the M3,
which is not for me. I mean, it's great for a kid or something.
Yeah, those were kind of horrid though.
Yeah, they're so small, so it doesn't. I can't print anything. And so I definitely, I'm ready to add another one. And a lot of people are talking about the i3 Prussia or something.
Prussia, yeah.
Yeah, Prussia. It has really good reviews, and it's.
I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Prussia.
Yeah, it's so cheap. Like it has all the build volume that I have. Every single thing that the Taz has, it has, but it's like a quarter of the cost. So. That is very enticing but at the same time, I'm like, oh, it's still, $800. And then I get it and it's like, what if it's terrible?
Is $800 with the pre-built or is that?
It's either 8 or 9. So I think it's $699 and then $799.
So $699 if you get it unassembled.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the lowest price on it?
Hello, is there a person? Oh, there's a head right there with a Wonder Woman cup. I got an invisible delivery. I have bike shorts on. Don't judge me.
We know you love your bike shorts.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. You don't have to. I'm just nice from the waist up. I mean, this is a shop shirt, so it's got stuff on it. I had my Prop Tart shirt on, but I realized it was dirty and had bleach on it,
I'm sporting bio cosplay today, by the way.
I know. I need more shirts. I keep thinking about it, and then I'll add it to my cart on my phone, and then I'll go to sleep, and I forget to buy things from people. Like I've had a shirt from Egg Sisters in a browser on my phone forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to get up and go get my credit card and enter it because it's usually when I'm in bed. But
my shirt for you is supposed to come today, so I'll get it sent out to you soon.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
But if I order them for myself, I can get a discount. So I order I order it and then ship it to other people if I'm giving one away. So
yay! I can't wait to have one. I'm excited.
I'm still waiting on a pin from you though.
Well, I was hoping I'd get to see you and just give it because I keep forgetting.
Gotcha.
I actually I'm bringing some to Dragon Con. I'm gonna do a couple so I have a really fun cosplay for Dragon Con that nobody knows about. That is it's a You Have to Find Me kind of cosplay.
Oh, really?
Like Adam Savage-y, but
yeah.
You'll be able to know it's me. Maybe. I don't know. But anybody that finds me and takes a picture with me, I'll give you a Wagner pen. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
cool.
doing, yeah. So it'll be a fun thing. And I'm going to give everybody a general, I'm staying at the Marriott. So that's helpful. But you can, my panels, obviously, you'll be able to find it. And everybody that comes to the panel can't get a Wagner pen. They're limited edition, obviously. We'd give out. But when you find me outside of my panels, I'm going to do a little giveaway. I thought of also, I I may bring a couple of my printed patterns and like ask questions and give them away at the panels. But the Wagner pin, I'm really excited about this cosplay. I've never done anything like this, and it's crazy. Like, I just decided I've been doing so much building, and I want to do something that's like pure fun and pure crazy.
I totally get that.
So I'm just going nuts on this thing. So I cannot wait to do it, and I can't wait for the first person that finds me, because I will not post a picture of what I'm going to be. But if you find me, I will be shocked. Like, I'm just so excited. And it will basically be in the Marriott. Like, I'll post my path, like what path I'll be taking the most. So
that's cool. I wish I could be a Dragon Con. That would be a blast.
I know. I wish you could too. But if this is a success and it actually works out the way I want it to, I'd like to do this more and more. I get why Adam Savage does it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I hear
just thinking about it makes it fun. It's scary too. So